All right. So tonight I wanted to talk about, for a short period of time, only about 30 minutes, wanted to talk about kind of the idea of breadcrumbing your posts on your social media, whatever your social media choices, because I don't think it really matters. One of these days I'd like Heather to actually talk about her experience on Instagram, because I still don't get squat from Instagram. I mean, nothing. I get people comment every once in a while, but it's like nothing like Facebook. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, or I don't know. But anyway, so I'm going to talk about Facebook specifically, but it really applies to Facebook or Instagram. Don't think it really applies to Snapchat. And I know nothing about Periscope. So there. We've got Heather.
Oh, there's Heather. Hey, Heather.
Hi. She's not vocal yet. That's okay. Cool. All right, good. Well, good. So, Heather, we're going to talk about breadcrumbing in your post. And I'm really just going to use some examples of different styles of breadcrumbing, but also inviting, because we've got one coach in the refinery that invites like a champ. I didn't even talk to her about using her stuff, but I don't really care. She wouldn't care.
Fine.
She wouldn't care. Y'all can tell her. I'll tell her tomorrow. But she's the queen of both, really. But she's really good at inviting on Facebook. And every single time she invites, it gets huge response every time. Y'all know who I'm talking about? Do you have any idea? Probably not. I don't know. You both met her. No idea. Okay. So this person is over 50. Most of her customers are in her age bracket.
Patty.
Yeah. See?
I figured you were talking about her, but
she's that's her job, though, is marketing. So she's really good at marketing. She's really good at pulling pictures together. She's really good at pulling her posts together. She's really good about the wording that she uses. And I want you guys, do you guys follow her? So anytime, start liking her stuff so it shows up in your newsfeed, just because I want you to see what happens when she invites and how frequently, or rather infrequently, she does it, because she's genius. Her timing is impeccable. Her wording is phenomenal. Her pictures are great. I mean, everything about the way she does it is spot on. So I want to show you guys, I'm going to share my screen and pull her page up, her personal page. I don't follow, you shouldn't either, and I think y'all know this, but don't follow the people's like pages, although I was looking at the like page today and it cracked me up. I was looking at, I don't even know why, I saw something of hers, Amy Silverman's like page, and I never look at it, but I looked at it today, and there was something, she posted something, I can't even remember what it was about. It was about the health bet, and somebody on the page asked if Shakeology has GMOs in it, and she didn't respond, but somebody else did. And the person who responded, Amy Silverman responded back. She's like, thanks for responding. It was kind of like a snooty little comment. The girl responded back to her, no problem. Good luck with your business. And then Amy Silverman's response was, at this point, I don't think I need luck, but thank you.
Oh, gosh.
It was awesome. I was like, okay. All right. So
happy.
I know, isn't that funny? Okay, so here's Patty, and her page is cute because she's cute. But okay, so here is this. I mean, this is breadcrumbing right here. This is it. I love this team of coaches. Tonight's Zoom call, how to help people win money by working out and drinking Shakeology. Yes, please, we're on board. She's not saying customer wants to order something right now. Hold on. So, sorry. That's rude. Sorry.
I did that same thing actually with a picture, a screen capture with me and Jillian. I was like, hey, thanks for helping me out on my live video.
I liked that. Well, and again, that's breadcrumbing, okay? So this is breadcrumbing right here. And then what she did, Team Fueled rocks. It's a cute picture of her computer. She's basically saying, check it out, I work at home. People like that stuff. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do this one too, because you're going to get this, right? Both of you are going to get this?
No, because that was
July?
No, it was July.
Yeah. No? Okay. Anyway, so, but she's saying, who loves getting gifts? I do. I had Success Club in in July, and I got a gift. Woohoo! And then, but nothing here is salesy. Picture's good. Look at her picture. It's bright. She's happy. That's a great, and she had 49 people liked a Beachbody post. Hello, right? And it's not necessarily because it's a Beachbody post, but it's because she looks cute, she's happy, there's good lighting, and she's just talking about what she loves. She wasn't trying to sell anything, And then, so, hold on. Hey.
There were, and I can't remember which call or which training this was, but there were a couple of apps that I didn't know that someone mentioned, things for like fading out the background or bringing a foreground.
Yes. Okay. So
remember what those were?
That was Lindsay Matway. And yep, it was Snapseed, and it was one called Selfie Photo Editor. That's the one that brings the light and makes it real pretty. And then Photofy, not Photofy, sorry. Selfie and Snapseed were the two ones that I pulled out just because of what they do. I think Snapseed's the one where you can change the background, and Selfie's the ones where you can kind of make the lighting and you can brighten up your face and stuff like that. But I downloaded those two. It was Lindsay Matway, and it was, I think it was something in the refinery. I don't remember.
I just couldn't remember.
Yeah, that was good. Okay, so let's see. Let's go down. Let's go down a little further because I want. So again, this is just a positive thought. There's nothing. I wanted to share my strangeness with everyone, but it's just a positive thought, and it's in what she's breadcrumbing in here is her personality. It's just who she is, and I think that's super important for people to know who you are. And y'all are good at this. Y'all are both really good at this. I'm not doubting your abilities at all. I'm just trying to enhance kind of what you guys are already doing. But okay, so here's this one, and this is a Beachbody one, so maybe not as many likes, right? But I want to find her invite because it was so good. Let's see. Shoot.
That was hilarious. I loved that one.
Oh my gosh. Shoot, where is it? I thought it was just today. She had so many likes on it and so many comments. Oh, this is it. Fitness challenge.
Oh, that one.
Did you see it?
Yeah, that's great.
Look how many comments she had. Y'all. And maybe these are current customers, but it doesn't matter because it's a really good post. I mean, I want you to read through her post. If you want to go find it later, that's fine. But it's just really good. I mean, so this was a picture. So at the Diamond Retreat, they did professional pictures, and everybody did that, holding a white piece of paper, and then you can just go, Photofy in whatever you want to photo. That's how that works. But oops, I meant to go look at the text. So, this is something they talked about in maybe the Revive group. They talked about using, thumbs up and splitting a long post up, which I think is super important. You can't put that much text in a block and nobody's going to read it. You have to break it up, right? But look at how she says it. The other thing is that when you're writing a post, type it the way that you would say it. Say it out loud to yourself. Like I posted something about Fozzie this morning that he was doing his best Elvis impression, but that's something that would come out of my mouth. So you can go in and say, gosh, Patty, that was an awesome post. I'd like to do a riff on it. And you can absolutely, kind of use the way she broke it down, but make sure it sounds like you, because the people who actually know you are going to hear your voice talking when they read it, which is good, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to make sure that I sometimes, if I'm writing a longer post, I'll talk it out and write it. Like I'll say, yeah, and fixin' to, and gonna, and the way that I would talk. My educated self talks like that still. I don't know. But it's true. I do. I say come in or go in, that's just me. And people who know me know that I talk like that. So I'm not going to be, really grammatically correct because it's not who I am. But she gives the details, but you can hear her talking, hello, sign me up. It sounds like her and Tracy having a conversation together. Y'all heard the two of them talk, right? They're hilarious. So you pay nothing to enter. You just do your workout program and drink your Shakeology. That's it. Message me or post below. I'm in. This is a heck of a lot of money to win here. Don't miss out. It's awesome. And
you have to pay your money first.
What's that?
Don't you have to pay in?
Nope. You just have to have the products.
That's been misspoken then by about every single other coach that I've read their post by.
Really?
Yeah.
You have to have Shakeology in a workout, but
for HealthBet. And normally HealthBet makes you pay in a certain amount before you can get anything out.
There is another app called HealthBet. It's called HealthBet, and it was created by Autumn a long time ago. That one you do have to pay into. This is not the same thing. This is Beachbody. Okay. You're right. But that's something different. That's an old.
So I downloaded the wrong app then. So that's its own app.
Mm-hmm. We're talking about
My challenge tracker.
Yeah, it's a Beachbody thing. My challenge tracker.
Okay, situation with that. I can't create my own challenge groups. That's what I was trying to tell you when I said I needed your help. I can only see your challenge groups.
You have to do it online on a computer. You can't do it from your phone.
Okay.
It's called My Challenge
Tracker portal.
Twinkie. And then you can do that. I
emailed them for customer support too before I decided I was going to ask you because I'm trying not to be needy.
Aw, you're a good girl. No, you'll want to go into the FAQs. There's a really good FAQ on it. Actually, I read the FAQ and then I had trouble because then I asked Kimberly because she did it before me. So. Anyway, but Patty just does a really good job. I think, here's just, hey, check me out. I'm eating healthy. That's good, right? But, the whole point of breadcrumbing is to, I'm going to show you another one while I'm thinking about it, for people to know who you are so that they can relate to you in some way or another. People aren't going to want to be part of your organization as a customer or a coach unless they know who you are and what you're about and what you care about and what you think about and what you do. And, are you a positive person? Are you a negative person? Well, if you're a negative person, I can promise you something. They're not going to want to sign up with you. So the thing is that I think talking about struggles is super, super awesome. Totally awesome. However, I wouldn't talk about a struggle until you have a solution for it. When you have a solution for your struggle, talk about it. Absolutely. Because a lot of times people will relate better to you on your struggles than they do on your successes because they don't know what you did to get to the success. So if you talk about the struggle and how you got to the point where you're like, yes, I did it, they're going to go, gosh, I've had that struggle too. I wonder if that would work for me. And it doesn't matter. The struggle doesn't have to be Beachbody related. The struggle can be, I fart all the time and I have IBS. I've done this before twice. I've posted about this. And anybody who stayed in a room with me, the two of you, knows that this is all true. But the reason I posted it wasn't because I wanted people to know that I'm farty. It's because I wanted people to know about this awesome probiotic. Problem, solution. I'm not just going to post it there. I'm all bloated and my stomach hurts. And can you guys pray for me? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to post up there. Yeah, from time to time, I fart like a racehorse, man. They fart a lot. My horse farts a lot. It's kind of funny. But I do. But I wouldn't post that up there unless I could say, but get this, I fixed it. combination of probiotic that I love and this fabulous Shakeology, and it's done all these wonders for me, blah, blah, blah. End of story. But it's good to talk about the struggle because then there's there's a bunch of people out there who fart. I'm sorry, there are. So you know that they may not post or comment and say, oh, gosh, I'm so farty too. Who cares? But the point is that you're telling that there's a struggle and that you're not perfect and your life isn't, all roses and beautiful and happy all the time, and that you do have something to share. And that you do have a hard time with things. So I think it's super important. Kimberly posted something on Instagram that I saw on Facebook, but I didn't really pay attention to it till today, actually, on Instagram, about just the fact that she had a bad day, but it ended up positively. And that's exactly what you talk about, because everybody out there that knows Kimberly and knows that she has 4 kids, a full-time job, and a working husband has got to know that life isn't always awesome. And for her to share that out there and just say, things are sometimes tough, but if you end on a positive note, you can put your head down the pillow and you can go to sleep. But that's breadcrumbing, and that's breadcrumbing in a way that is positive, that people like to read. People don't like to read. I'm having a bad day. You like to read that stuff. Do you like to read that stuff? Yeah. I don't like to read it. I like to read people say, I'm having a crappy day, but I ate this great lunch. I got to meet up with a friend, and now I'm totally perked up. Problem? Solution. Shared it. Awesome. I think Tracy does a really good job of posting too. I don't know. That's not one. That's not her either. People tagging her. That's good too, though. Look at all these people who tag this girl. Whatever. But, just silly stuff. She's actually pretty good at, that's cute, inviting too. So anyway, she does a good job. How do you get workout clothes clean? That's a problem and a solution right there, right? But what she's saying in this post is, I clean my workout clothes and I work out and I sweat a lot. That's what she's saying here. And she's being honest. I stunk. Serious. Yeah. Being honest. Here's a solution. Love it.
I never saw that. I so need to read that post because I let some workout clothes stay in the washer too long and they've never been the same.
No. Yeah. Okay. Here, positive. Life shrinks or expand in proportions to one's courage. But this is just good and positive, and it's good. But she put text in there. It's good to put text. If you don't put text, nobody sees it. I would say that I'm pretty good at breadcrumbing too. There's a recipe. This one was funny, actually. You should go read this. This was a very good post. I know she got not a lot of love on it, but it's actually really good. And she's talking about what happens when people ask for your help and then don't take your advice. And it's very, very good. But this is basically tells what she's telling here is, I'm a coach. I'm out there to help people. Reach out to me. But she's not saying that in any way, shape, or form in here. It's just what just kind of, again, this is what I do every day. And clearly people like that because they wouldn't be on Facebook if they didn't want to know what you did all day. Just saying. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And then, so I want you guys to, I should take a picture like Patty did. So I copy everything she does because she's so stinking successful at her marketing. She's so good at it. Okay, smile, be cute. Patty, yeah. Okay. But she's just successful at the way she markets herself and her stuff, and she does really well. And if you go back and look at some of those posts, and you can go look at how well she did with them, how many people said, I'm in. Let's see. Heather, have you gone live yet?
Once.
Yay. Was it painful?
Yeah, come on, girl.
It was that time. So it was 10 seconds. So no, it was not painful.
Okay. Okay, so
But it will be the next time.
Oh, stop. No, it won't.
But why? Why are you saying that it's going to be painful? What's going to be hard about it?
There is something that I just don't like about them. I have a million people, like, I hate getting the notifications that everyone on my freaking friends list has been live within the last hour. That drives me bonkers. And when I watch them, sometimes I like them, but most of the time I don't like them. So I don't want to feel like that.
Okay, so let me give you a hint. This is what I've been doing. Based on the national, still this person is texting me. I just told her I was in a meeting. Like, please just hold on a second. Let's see. So I heard it was National Wake Up Call 2 weeks ago. And she said, start thinking about things that you can talk about in a live video. And yes, I heard that, and that's almost exactly what she said because I listened to it twice. But instead of that, why don't you think about things that you would like to hear in a live video? That you would literally like, not just liking because it's me or because it's whatever, your mom, but liking because you actually like what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So those things. And then what I do is, what I've been doing for 2 weeks is making a list of all the things I could possibly talk about that would be interesting, that I would be interested in. Okay. And so they mostly pop into my head when I'm taking a shower. I don't know why, but it's beside the point. So I will get out of the shower and I'll write down that next thing on my list. And then I might, like I knew I wanted to talk about the health bet on Wednesday, and that wasn't really related to my list at all. But I know I wanted to do that just because it was timely. So, that's what I would recommend, is making a list of things that you would want to listen to, that you would genuinely like. Okay. So you can do live video about something that clearly not Beachbody or health or fitness related.
Yeah, I found that those are the ones that actually draw people in, and people don't always comment on those live videos, but sometimes they tell me in person or they message me and say, thanks so much for talking about that. But I do think that I'm seeing a lot of, obviously a lot of health bet videos right now some are of varying success, I would say, my own included. And, I just think that maybe that's a little bit crossing that line of not what people are going to respond to as much, but that'll be over soon. Right. And so I think Kim's suggestion of just making your list of things that you could talk to people about on live that really just add value to their life in some small way.
And something that you're confident talking about. Like the other time that I get ideas of things to talk about is when I'm working out, just because my head is cleared
up too. I have to keep a pad and pencil by me.
Right, because I think it's because my head's clear because I'm really only thinking about working out for the most part. And then one of the trainers says something and I'm like, that's what I'll talk about. But do something that you're confident about. I mean, Heather, talk about beauty stuff. I mean, talk about cool hair. I don't know. But if you look like Kim and you've got split ends for 3 inches, here's how you can make that better. Go get a haircut, dang it. But not what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? But something that you know about, something that you're comfortable talking about. And I know that you can talk about your journey with your pituitary tumor and your journey from finding out about it to finding out about Beachbody to finding out about Shakeology and then losing the weight that you gained from that experience. And maybe that's not something you talk about real soon because it's kind of raw, maybe a little vulnerable. And I know that would be hard for you, but something that Kimberly and I did for the Health Vet sneak peek thing, we did it last night. We just kind of bantered back and forth like this. And it was about solutions and why the solutions work in terms of Beachbody, of course, because that's what we're talking about. But it can be anything, any kind of solution that works. But, you can talk about your journey from 21-day fix to whatever workout you're doing now that you've been through hammer and chisel, but you started a 21-day fix. You started at ground zero. And made your way up, and the benefit that's given to your life. And what I always do is I try not to mention a lot of products, but still, but talk about the concept. At this point, I mean, I think, well, I would say that most people probably know a Beachbody coach, but maybe they don't. I don't know. But I think for the most part they do. And so when you do a live thing and you're talking about fitness and nutrition, people are going to reach out to you and go, you know what? Maybe you can help me. I had like a couple people do that recently from the live video stuff. And I think that it's just, I think if you go through and make a list of things that you would be comfortable talking about that you would also enjoy listening to, I think you'll start to feel better. Because it's hard to do it when you're like, oh, I'm going to go on and talk about perfect form. Like, I could never do that. I'm not a personal trainer. I'm never going to do that.
Right.
I was looking for some notes because I know that there were some people that were recommended for breadcrumbing, but something that Brandy Bott said at Summit was just remember that this is a gift. And I've been really trying to just keep that at the forefront of everything, that, it's a gift that I'm giving them, whether they want the gift or not. But I think making sure that you keep in mind that what you're doing for people and what you are posting and what you are sharing, even your live video, that's a gift, and I guess gift value, I'm kind of talking about the same thing, but I still think it's there. And I think you have to really believe that and know that what you have to say is a gift to people in order for it to be authentic.
Yeah. The other thing I would say too is when you post something live or not, don't keep going back and looking at seeing how it's doing. I do that. I'm absolutely guilty of that. But instead of that, post it up there and know that you did it for the right reason and let it go.
Yeah.
If you get response on it, awesome. And if you don't, awesome. You put it out there. It's who you are. It's what you're about. I mean, you've been doing a really good job of, well, and I will tell you this, Heather, you had a lot of negativity in your life that you did not share online. You kept that very, very cool. And everybody who knows you knows that you were going through a tough time. But never once did you, whatever, cry, fame, feel bad for me, my life sucks. You know what I mean? Like, you were just, people knew that you were having a hard time, and maybe you kind of retreated a little bit, but I think that you handled that situation in terms of, well, as a person very well, but also in terms of social media, I think you handled it very classily. And that was awesome. So I think that's a very good lesson for other people too, is that, if there's a time in your life that's not going so great, you can look back, and if I know when you were going through a hard time, I can go look back and look at the dates when you were posting stuff on Facebook. You would never know, and not that you have to hide it, but you are sharing it now in the form of a solution.
Right.
You found love again. You have a child. You have, the best relationship you've ever had. That is the solution to your problem. And that is what you're sharing now. And you classily waited till you had that solution. And then it was time to share. And that's exactly what you're doing. And I think it's awesome. And, I think it's great for people to see that. And see that you're going through that time and this fabulous time right now, and you're very positive and all that is fabulous. But I do really want you guys to go look at some other website or some other pages and kind of see how some of these people.
I found the two names.
Huh?
Sorry, I found the two names I was looking for. Stephanie Davies and Trina Gray were both mentioned for breadcrumbing.
They're very good. I agree. Stephanie Davies, I don't watch so much, but Trina Gray is awesome in all that she does all the time. Yeah, I agree with that. And
I like her a lot.
Well, and I think she's all three of us in this group. I think she's very much kind of our style of person. Just kind of the way that she's a classy girl, and she keeps it real, and she's, stays positive and all that good stuff. But really that's the main thing I wanted to talk about. And I really just want to encourage you guys to, and even when you're writing down your ideas of things that you can talk live about, do the same thing with your posts. Think about, like I will take a picture or whatever, and I'm going to post about that in a couple of days or whatever, but like kind of that way you're not like, wake up on a Tuesday and go, I don't have anything to talk about.
Yeah.
Like have enough pictures in your phone, or, like you're reading a good book and you want to share that or whatever. Have enough ideas in your head that you're not ever like just putting something out there to put out there because you can tell. And the thing is that when people do come to your page, they start looking through it, and they do, because if you've never noticed, like all of a sudden you'll have one person that likes like 17 of your things in one night. Have you ever seen that? Or whatever. Yeah, it's because they're stalking you a little bit. Whoops. I lost y'all for a second, sorry. And that's great, right? But what my point was, they're looking at your story. That's your story, and that's who you are, and they're trying to get to know you. And that used to be called stalking. Now it's called not stalking anymore. So it's called That's How You Get to Know People, because that's what we do. So think about that too. Like when you're looking at your page, like Tracy the other day messaged me and she's like, okay, you haven't had any invites to the business opportunity on your timeline. Just out of nowhere, and I'm like, okay, you're right. So she's like, neither have I. We're going to work on it together. But, stuff like that, where you kind of go through your timeline and go, okay, well, I've talked about my dog. I've talked about my horses. I've talked about my kids. I've talked about my workout. I've talked about my Shakeology. Okay, I'm good. I've invited, kind of go through that so that when somebody does go through and reads the first 10 of your posts, they know who you are and they know what you're about. Yeah?
Did you guys listen to Jamie? I don't think I can say her. I think it's Ennis. Jamie Ennis, her video, I think it was at the end of last week, about branding yourself.
Mm-mm.
I don't necessarily like all of it, except for the fact that she never is like, here's what I did, and here's some generic Pinterest picture, and I wrote what I wanted to on it, and somehow it's going to relate. Like every single one of her pictures has her and how this opportunity coaching has changed her life. Every single post is like that. Every. And it's kind of obnoxious, but kind of a lot better than posting some generic, like, here's a sunset and I'm so happy. It has nothing to do with anything.
Right.
Because when you look at her Instagram page, there's no question what she does and what she's into. And I've been trying to model after her a little bit.
Oh, I mean, I like that.
What was her name?
Sorry. Jamie Ennis. I'm trying to find her Instagram handle. JAIMEINNIS.
Awesome. Well, good.
Okay.
All right. It's going to shut us up in a second anyway now, so we'll wrap up. Do you guys have any other questions about anything Health Bet? Heather, if you want to, if you go on to the website, to my challenge tracker portal.com, I think, and go through that. But also there's a really good FAQ. There really is. I'm not just saying that to make you go read it, but it's really good on how to use the challenge tracker portal. But the portal itself is pretty easy to use, and it's very self-explanatory, and it walks you through step by step. So go there and then set it up, and then you can go look in the app and you'll see your group.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
It's pretty easy.
Have you been sending out invites like Nikki? Like, do you do it in that style?
No, I don't. I don't do that. But that's, again, totally different.
You hey girl?
I don't, because I wouldn't talk like that.
How do you do it?
Yo, what's up? Because that's how I talk. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I do.
But that's in the hey girl category. That's her hey girl.
But I don't do like cold call type invites. I don't. I invite from likes on posts, from comments on posts, from people posting and saying, I just went to the gym and that was the most disgusting place I've ever been and I hate going to the gym, but I need to lose 20 pounds. I'm gonna message that person. But I'll just, somebody that says something on a post or maybe likes something about a challenge group, I'll say, hey, I noticed that you liked my post about, hey, I love seeing your family on Facebook. It's so much fun to keep up with you. Oh, I saw that you liked my post about, and this is exactly how I write it. Oh, I saw that you liked my post about my upcoming accountability group. I'd love to share some information with you. Are you interested? And I stop there. 50% of the time, crickets. And I don't hear from them again. And the following month, I will send them back. Because at that point, they liked my stuff. I have a reason to message them. I don't do the cold invite thing. And I know a lot of people who do. I just don't do it. But, and maybe someday I will, because I'll run out of people to talk to. So I don't know. But I've talked to so many people in the past that have told me no. I've got a list a mile long to go back to of people that have already told me no. So I just keep going back to that list, and I add to it too. So then if they message me back and go, yeah, I'm kind of interested, tell me what it's about. And I'll say, okay, great. Well, can you tell me what kind of exercise you like to do? What's worked for you in the past? How is your eating? And what's your email address? It's again, exactly what I say. And then generally they answer 2 out of those questions, and they don't give me their email address. And then I say, great, I have the perfect plan for you. I'd love to send you an email so you can look at it in more detail. I usually get an email out of that. That's exactly how my invite goes. It works as well as anybody else's does. But I think the more genuine you are in the way that you talk, like, would you ever say to somebody, hey girl, I don't see either of you doing that. So don't say that in your message. I always start out with something that's in that, the Beachbody training that gave us that talked about FORM, F-O-R-M, family, it stands for anymore. But, I start out with one of those. So whatever it is, I always say, gosh, I love seeing your kids on Facebook. I think it's so much fun that we get to keep up with each other this way. Always start out with something that's not like, hey, I saw you like my post. You kind of lead in with something that's a little more personal, because as you're developing, like I'm talking to somebody right now from high school that I haven't clearly seen in years. But I'm talking to her right now, and I just learned through an email. So we got to the point of sharing her email address. It took 2 times of me asking. And then I got her email address, and then she told me today in an email that she's been doing Weight Watchers for years and that she's frustrated, but she never told me that in any of the Facebook messages. So we're developing a relationship, and we're bringing different things out as we continue to talk, and that's what's super important. So you have to do something when you first start messaging people that builds that relationship, as opposed to just building the sale. And it also helps you when they do become a customer, it helps you handle them better, because oh, well, I know for a fact that, Susie is never going to jump in with this, feet first and do this whole thing. She's not going to do Shakeology, exercise, and eating all at the same time. But you wouldn't know that if you didn't build a relationship with the person first. So it's super important to get as much information as you can before the sale happens, because you don't want them returning their stuff.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that they understand completely what it is they're getting into and how you can help them through that. But the only way you do that is by building a relationship with them. So, okie dokie, guys. Well, good. I'm glad y'all were here. And we will see y'all next week. I feel like I might have a back to school night, but it might be Tuesday. I'll get back to you on that. I'm going to stop recording.